If you're feeling stress throughout the days, emotionally drained, having a hard time feeling like good enough has happened, and you want to feel a sense of accomplishment, you want to feel more gratitude for your life because you know there are good things happening. It's just tough to feel it. And you want to feel more calmer and grounded. I have two steps to help you. Hi, I'm Caitlin Taylor. I am a certified personal trainer, yoga instructor, and golf swing coach. I help my clients create the life they want through the habits, creating the lifestyle first. And that starts internally. That starts on what can we control? What can we do in this life of uncertainty and unknown? When I was a freshman in college at Wake Forest University, I took my favorite course with Dr. Allison Forty, and it was on well being. And so, well being, what we learned is just a combination of a well roundedness of your mental, emotional, physical environment that is outside of you and within, and just how everything impacts you, but then also what is your resiliency level? When things get really low or get really high and crazy, where are you? Can you build yourself back up? What are your thoughts? And so today we're going to talk a little about that, about a specific exercise that I learned in this class back in 2016 that I am still doing to this day. Now, it's not one that I have been doing every day for the past 10 years, but it is one that I come back to. And I just did more recently. In the past few weeks, I started doing my what went well, and I was like, why haven't I been doing this? But as I know, we have our toolbox, and it's not for us to use all the tools at once, but it's to have our toolbox, to be aware of the tools that are in there, and to have that resiliency to pick ourselves back up by picking out the tool that's going to work for us. And one thing I noticed with multiple things that I noticed with myself over the few weeks I'm deciding to add it into my habits lately was that I've been feeling very drained and just trying to figure out where's my energy going. And even in those times where I'm like, I feel like I wasn't doing that much, it's really drawing back and connecting with myself. And I find it helpful to write things down. And then through that connection, I was noticing that I was feeling more down. I knew that there were good things, and I was like, how are other people feeling so joyful? And just noticing other people that seemed happier than me, right? And it's all just a perspective. Our internal mind provides a mirror for the outside world. So the outside world could be one thing and I see another, right? It's all about our perspective. But in this class, I learned an exercise called What Went Well. And this is an exercise that my professor said, okay, you're going to do this for 30 days. If after the 30 days you don't like it, you don't have to do it ever again, but it's part of our assignment. You're not going to get graded on the content that you write, but you're going to get graded on just the fact that you did it or not, right? So, what we did and what the exercise is sometime in the evening before you go to bed, you take out a journal or you write it in your notes. I think at that time I started with typing it in my notes or Google document to send it to my professor. And then I transferred it to writing in a journal because I noticed for me that it helps it just stick more. And science has also shown that writing things down helps us really retain it even better. I digress. So the exercise is two-step process. One, you write three things. They can be bullet points. They don't have to be full sentences, but you write down three things that went well in your day. And then you write down for each one why that went well. Two-step process. So this is there an example would be I I remember specifically one of the first examples I would repeat was just noticing that when I was walking down Wake Forest University's campus and I saw the beautiful trees, I remember that for one of my what went wells, initially it was I didn't want to go to class, and just seeing the trees and how beautiful they were and just looking up to notice, because I also knew that I was doing the exercise and I was like, damn, I gotta figure out what's going well in my day. I have to be a little bit more present. And just that activity of knowing I was going to do it later on got me to start noticing a few more things. So my thing was, the trees were so beautiful and it brought me a sense of peace that I was not expecting in my day that day. And in the morning, when I just didn't feel like getting out of bed, later on, I did find out that I had mono. So there was a reason that I really did not feel like getting out of bed. But I was able to find and feel a little bit more joy because of this exercise. And so it's what went well. Seeing the beautiful trees and on the campus, and what was good about it, I noticed my body soften. I noticed me connect with my breath, and I just felt a little bit more joy and gratitude for the day. I felt like there was a little bit more color, if you will, in my mind. And then you just go on. So there's a couple more. For example, yesterday I wrote down one of, I am so grateful that, and it's not just grateful, but in that moment, I was writing down, I'm so grateful that I told my boyfriend that I wanted us to do a quick little workout in the evening after I confirmed appointments with clients at my desk. And it felt so good that he took the yoga mats out and put them behind me in my office so that it wasn't something that I was escaping, and it was holding me accountable, and we had a good time. But most of all, I'm just glad that we got it done, because that's been another struggle, not getting the workouts in that I wanted. So just that what went well is, it went well because I feel loved in that moment and have that connection with my partner. And I feel supported in something that's going to help me level up. That's also going to help him level up. And I'm glad that we have that bond. And then there's another one that you add. So you do three things. And now you don't have to go into immaculate detail, but when you're jotting them down, and I just want to explain in detail as I'm telling you, but when you're jotting them down, you can just have some notes. And it's just so important to remember that for each thing, you write a why. And this is important because, if you will, it colors a picture for you, it paints a picture. Whereas when you were just going about your day, when I was just walking down that Wake Forest campus on that little sidewalk, days before, they were just trees. But because of this exercise that I'm doing, I'm noticing, I'm taking it in. It's not just me passing by these trees to get to class, to get to friends. It's me being a little bit more in the moment, because either way, I have to walk this journey to get to my destination. It's, can I enjoy the mundane? Can I enjoy the present? Can I enjoy what's actually here for me? And that's part of it too. It's realizing and feeling more a sense of accomplishment in the things that you do and the what went well. It's being able to notice more positive things throughout the day as you do this what went well exercise. The reason that I still do it now and that I kept doing it after my freshman year was because I noticed after those 30 days, and before those 30 days, I remember telling my professor it's only been a week or 2 weeks, and I already feel better. I feel a little bit happier. And it's just so important because it's also, take your power back. What can you do to bring joy, to bring life, to bring happiness into your life? There's something that Eric Thomas, motivational speaker and preacher that I love listening to, he said, years back when I was in college, I was listening to these videos. He said something of, you'll demand the best from these products and businesses that you buy from. If something's wrong with the car and they say, okay, you have a warranty 30 days, get it back in 30 days if there's a problem, you're going to return it in 30 days, there's a problem, and you expect them at that business and dealership to uphold these standards that they've set for you. But what about you? Do you have those same standards for yourself? You have power to enhance your life, and you have the power to feel a little bit lower and to feel a little bit more uneasy. And it's not about blame, it's just about the fact that, what can you do? It's about taking control and taking power back in this world that feels so uncertain. The only certain thing is the moments and what we choose to do, and you only know your thoughts. And so this is also training your brain to think a little bit more positively, training your brain to see more color, to see more beauty in your life. And it's also training yourself that, okay, as I go on and I keep doing this, I'm pouring into myself in those moments. And it's also going to lead you to even better habits. So, this is a great one, even as a personal trainer, that some clients aren't ready to get into a full strength program yet. We have to start in small steps. So sometimes that starts with mobility, sometimes it just starts with water and hydration, and sometimes it also starts with these habits. So let me know. Maybe try this exercise for 30 days or a week and comment below and let me know how you feel, maybe how you felt before and how you feel after. I'd love to know. It's something that's been super helpful for me. And my goal is just to share tips and tricks that are going to enhance our lives, because when we take care of ourselves, we're taking care of the world. We can't control what everyone else is doing, but we can control what we're doing. And sometimes it's hard to remember that because there are so many things that we can do and so many things that we have to do to take care of ourselves and our families. So I'm here to remind you that you are important. Your body and your mind are your foundation. And so when they're taken care of, your life gets so much better. Thank you for listening and joining. Can't wait to see you soon.